back well into the 90s as we approach the weekend. The Rockies so far are 3-2 on this homestand. Over the weekend, they swept the Kansas City Royals. They've lost the first two against Tampa. And Tomo Sugano looks to change that narrative this afternoon. So Sugano on the mound. It is his 20th start, as we were chatting about. And it's two guys that have been around the block a couple of times, most notably for Sugano in his home country of Japan in the NPB. Here's the lineup for Tampa Bay. It'll be Victor Mesa Jr. leading off. Yandy Diaz getting the first part of the day off. Jonathan Aranda will follow him. He had a big day yesterday. Junior Caminero, a couple of home runs on Monday. Liam Hicks, game 2 after coming from Miami. He had a grand slam yesterday. Chandler Simpson will bat 5th. Cedric Mullins 6th. Richie Palacio 7th. Taylor Walls and Nick Cortez will do the catching for Kevin Cash today.
Well, nobody makes me happier taking the bump than Tomoyuki Sugano-san. This is his 20th start. We mentioned the 11 wins for the Rockies. He basically has 25% of the Rockies wins, which is the highest percentage in Major League Baseball. Statcast is powered by Google Cloud. With Sugano, he's got such a robust mix, and the split finger really stands out. Split finger about 22% of the time. League's hitting 182. It works really well at Coors. We'll throw the sinker, 4-seam cutter, slider, sweeper, curveball, a little bit of everything. And what we've seen for this Tampa Bay Rays lineup, they don't punch out, and they're very aggressive early.
Well, highest percentage of team wins by pitcher this year, there's Sugano. Billy made mention of this a short while ago. He's won almost 25% of the Rocky starts. Chase Burns out of Wake Forest, what talent he is. 24% plus with Cincinnati. And then Sanchez. Foster Griffin will be a free agent. Speaking of guys that came back from the Far East
He's
and
at
had
the Guardians
success.
now.
Yeah. We're going to talk a little bit about Nick Martinez in a moment when Nick's out there. Nick spent 4 years in Japan, so they probably crossed paths, he and Sugano, at some point.
Yeah, they might have matched up in Japan, but here we go with Sugano. A little bit different look for the Rays. No Yandy Diaz today.
Roberto Ortiz is calling balls and strikes. Jim Wolf, Alex McKay, Alan Porter around the diamond. So the first pitch of the afternoon misses outside, ball 1, and we are underway. This is the first time in Victor's career he's batted leadoff.
Well, Yandy's always there.
Swung on and missed. I also think that throughout baseball, maybe I'm trying to think, Philadelphia, most lineups are really fluid with the exception of maybe a couple of guys in a couple of spots. Like, you know where Schwarber's going to hit, and typically you know where Yandy's going to hit, as you mentioned.
Exactly. There's only a handful of teams that have like a true.
This is our lineup, and we're rolling it every day.
It's Philadelphia, it's the Dodgers, it's
Atlanta,
right now, Chicago, Atlanta.
But less so now,
yes.
Huey, than ever before.
Well, 100%, because they're so aware of load management, and use that term from basketball, just to make sure the guys get the day off to recover.
And there's a lot of this is down the line. That's fair for Victor Mesa Jr. And he's headed to second, and he gets caught a little bit in that corner, and he's on his way to third. We've seen a number of triples in this homestand, and leading off the ball game today, Victor Mesa Jr. with a triple. And for Mesa Jr., that is his first triple of the year.
Well, that's a little two-seam fastball. Works itself back in, finds the barrel of Mesa Jr. And for the Rays, it's another good start. Already putting pressure on the Rockies.
I'll bring up Jonathan Aranda. And that's in there for a strike. Yeah, just finishing that topic a little bit on lineup construction. A lot of it, not only load management, it's driven by analytics, quite frankly.
Yeah. I mean, they want matchups.
This is lifted to shallow left, and it's going to drop. And it's 1-0 Tampa on the bloop single by Aranda, and that is his 71st RBI. He drove in 3 yesterday.
Aranda already has a .350 batting average with runners in scoring position. This is going to increase. Really simple swing at 4 hits on Monday night. Yeah, he's like, all right, I'll take it.
6 RBIs in the series.
Yep, 6 ribbies. Junior Caminero at the plate. He had the 2 home runs on Monday night. This young man's only 23. Oof. There's so many bright, young stars in baseball. On Monday, the Rockies lineup, everyone was under 29. And most of the guys were 26 or below. Caro's the youngest, 3rd. He's at 23. Carrick recently turned 24 last couple of months. Now it's 3-0.
This guy already has 84 career home runs. He's going to have 100 by the time he's 24, and who knows how long his career is going to be.
Well, he just kind of showcased it all too in a couple of home run derbies he's been in. Tampa doesn't get a whole lot of recognition as individuals, and sometimes even as a team. But for Junior, he said, "Hey, here I am."
Yeah, check this out.
Well, not the start Sugano wanted. Triple, bloop single, and now a walk to Caminero. And you have Liam Hicks strutting to the plate.
I want to point out this is the list that Caminero's on when you think about youngest players with consecutive 30 home run seasons. You have Miguel Cabrera did it, very, very young. Albert Pujols, Jimmy Fox, and Matthews, Hall of Famer from Santa Barbara, Giancarlo Stanton, and then there's Junior.
That was subtle with Eddie Matthews, dude.
Well, that's the field I played on.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was Eddie Matthews Field.
Nice.
1 strike on Liam Hicks. Not only did he have a grand slam early in the game yesterday when the Rays took a 5-1 lead, but he later had a double. Playing first base this afternoon. It's not a foreign position to him. It's his 20th start this year at first base. Obviously the other 19 with the Marlins. Sugano needs a ground ball here. 1 ball, 1 strike. Hicks is somewhat like Hunter Goodman, where even if he doesn't catch, you got to keep his bat in the lineup. For the Marlins and now Rays and Kevin Cash, looks like it'll come some at first base. For the Rockies, when Hunter's not catching, he typically DHs.
We saw that the other day with Kansas City and Salvi Perez.
Yep. And Salvi now more and more is,
right.
Huey is playing first base.
Yes.
And DHing. Talked about it. Cash in his 12th year as a manager of the Rays.
I'm still blown away from last night, 10th inning, what Kevin Cash did in the bottom of the 10th. The strategy he used, that's arguably one of the best strategies I've ever seen at Coors Field in an extra inning game. He won the game for them with his decision making. It was incredible.
That misses. Every manager will tell you as it's 2-2 that when you make a decision and it works out, you look like a genius. And if it didn't work out, they say, why'd you face Hunter Goodman? I mean, he's a 2-time All-Star. The guy has 33 homers. What are you, crazy? But it worked out, and so you can have a bounce in your step. This ball is to deep right, playable by Beck in the corner. Tagging and moving up 90 feet is the runner at second, Aranda. So 1 out, runners at first and third. Here's the Rockies defense presented by York Space Systems. Jake is in left, Cole Carrigan center. Beck, as you just saw, is navigating right for the second straight ball game. Kyle Karros, Ezekiel Tovar, Eddie Julien, and TJ Rumfield on the dirt. Brett Sullivan doing the catching. 1 out. And the dangerous Chandler Simpson at the plate. Dangerous not only because he runs well, but you know the ball's going to be put in play.
Yeah, and it's going to be very difficult to turn a double play even if he does get the ball on the ground.
He shows bunt.
It's interesting. He pointed that bunt towards, but he pointed that bunt towards third, which would not have scored a Ronda. If he was going to bunt, he needed to pull that one to first.
And that didn't surprise me either, Huey. He's one of those guys that, especially in this situation, he may bunt with a strike.
Yep. I mean, I don't think it'd be with 2 strikes, but we've seen that before. If it's part of your game, and at third base too, you're talking about Aranda, he just would have to be in the pocket of Kyle Karros if he does bunt it towards third, where he just kind of trails him a little bit.
That's going to be a base hit to left, and there's a second run for Tampa. That's what Simpson does. It's a rise-like, as in Luis Arraez.
Yeah, I mean, exit velocity off his bat is never going to be high, but it doesn't matter when you're putting the ball in play. A little split finger, it's up, hits it right off the end of the bat, but it's elevated, so it gets into the outfield. That's why sometimes I get frustrated when I always hear people talking about, well, you know, this guy's average exit velocity makes him a good hitter. I was like, no, it doesn't. Good hitters get hits in all sorts of ways. They barrel it up, they put the ball in play, they find off gap base hits. Like Pete Rose right now would not have a high exit velocity.
No.
But he would get 200 hits.
Neither did Tony Gwynn, and neither did Rod Carew, if they were tracking that back in the day. There's the bunt attempt. Sullivan to first. Gets Mullins. That'll work as a sacrifice. We'll get credit for that. Second and third, 2 outs, and it'll bring up Richie Palacios, the Brooklyn native.
The Rays are just going to play their game. Yeah, I don't love a bunt right there, Drew, just because you're looking for a base hit to score another run.
But still, pressure. Give the Rockies credit because they executed. Brett Sullivan came out of the chute, fielded it, made a quality throw on a kid who can really run in Mullins. So there was pressure there. Okay, the Rockies were successful. If you're Tampa's, in Tampa's dugout, but right now you got 2 more in scoring position, and if you're not careful, you're down a 4 spot.
Exactly. Well, and the Rays are 45-15 when scoring first. That's the 3rd best record in baseball.
Two 2-0. We haven't seen Sugano labor like this in the first inning in a while. Pitch number 24 coming up. Wow, I mean, you talk about playing true to who you are. That would have surprised me, or that did surprise me. 2-out bunt attempt.
But it's a great play. We saw Jake McCarthy do it a couple weeks ago in the 2nd inning, and led to the floodgates opening up.
It's a great play if it works. And it's talking about the element of surprise, Huey. I mean, Kyle Karros, the last thing he thought was going to happen was that.
Well, with 2 outs and where he had positioned himself too.
3-1 on Palacios. Got to find a way to get off the field here. Worked away with the heater. Got the foul ball. 3-2. Here's the 3-2. Got it. So 2 runs for Tampa in the top of the 1st inning. They'll leave runners at second and third. We'll see the Rockies on offense when we come back. Jake McCarthy leading things off for the Rockies. Warren Schaefer's batting order will feature Cole Carrick in the 2 spot. Then it's Mickey Moniak. He's homered in each of the last 2 ball games. Karros will bat cleanup. TJ Rumfield, Jordan Beck, Julian Tovar, and Sullivan. And it's the birthday boy, Nick Martinez, on the mound. And Nick's first pitch is in there for a strike. There's a lot of similarities between Martinez and Sugano. The ball's going to be in play. They're going to fill up the strike zone typically. As we said, both have been around a long time. 36-year-olds. 1 ball, 1 strike. Nick Martinez in his first year in Tampa. The last two spent with the Cincinnati Reds. Kind of split his career, Spilly, between doing this, starting, and being a reliever. Simpson in left center field makes a catch, 1 out.
Well, for Nick Martinez, since he's come over to the Tampa Bay Rays, he's changed up his pitch arsenal a little bit. Cut fastball, 4-seam changeup. That's what he used a lot a year ago with Cincinnati, but now he's using sinker changeup. The changeup percentage has gone up to almost 28%, and he's got an elite one. So, and we've seen that with this Tampa Bay Rays team. They love the changeup.
Inside on Cole, ball 1.
Nick actually had a funny quote. He said, everybody's looking for velocity. We're going the opposite. We're going to try to slow you down.
There's a changeup, 2-0.
And he's right when you think about it. I mean, you watch BP, everybody, you know, you might get the pitching machine throwing fast. You know, even if you go into watching the guys facing traject, it's velocity. Nobody's practicing hitting the ball at 80 miles an hour.
This is pulled foul.
Well, I think for Nick Martinez too, if you check the heat map, I mean, there's nothing really in the center of the plate. Everything, he's with the sinkers on up the corners, change up, same thing.
It's been effective for a long period of time.
It's his birthday today, too. Game number 302, start number 151 from Martinez.
He's not fared well here. 12 innings at Coors Field in his career. He's given up 11 runs. This is his 4th start at Coors Field.
Gives almost a mini version of Rafael Betancourt, the way he just kind of rocks, and it takes him a second, and then once he decides to go. So it's like, okay, am I going now? Nope.
Yeah, very similar.
Yeah, Rafi would have had to cut back on a few of his with the pitch clock.
By the way, how about the tip of the cap from Kevin Cash to Cole Carrick last night late? Intentionally walked him.
Yeah, he walked him. He was like, I'm going to take the bat out of this kid's hands, force the Rockies to manufacture.
On 1 hop to second. 2 outs. Let's take a look at the Rays defensively. Chandler Simpson is in left. Cedric Mullins in center. Victor Mesa Jr. is in right. Taylor Walsh, as we've described, is outstanding at shortstop. Caminero joins him on the left side. Palacios and Liam Hicks on the right side. Nick Fortes is doing the catching. It depends on which defensive metric you subscribe to as to how you would evaluate the Rays defensively. In terms of DRS, defensive runs saved, they're second to the Cubs. And by the way, every metric has the Cubs #1 in baseball. In terms of outs above average, they're 19th in baseball. And Clean inning for Martinez as he gets Mickey Moniak to ground out. 2-0 Tampa Bay. Back in a moment.
Let's get you the 4 keys to the game. Sensational Sugano. The Rockies, 9 of his wins have come off of a loss for Sugano, so looking to put a stop to this 2-game losing streak. Birthday bummer. Nick Martinez, happy birthday. We hope you lose. And happy homestand. Rockies looking for a win today, and they finished this homestand 4-2.
I appreciate your honesty.
Yeah. Birthday
Taylor.
bummer I like the best, though.
Yeah, birthday bummer. Taylor Wells, Karras on the grass, defending against one of the 11 bunts we've already seen attempted today. This is hooked to first. And a good feed from Rumfield to Sugano. 1 out, and that'll bring up the catcher, Nick Fortes. Tampa began the day 3.5 games above the Yankees, 5.5 above Boston in the American League East. And the Rays with the best record in the American League. Milwaukee, the best record in the National League. Best record actually in baseball. Fouled off 0-2. Dodgers going to have to break everything up. They've lost 5 in a row. And
they're losing right now.
And they're losing in Chicago again today. So they may ask to see if they can extend the trade deadline for another few days.
Yeah, they're tough.
Shohei hit a leadoff home run. That's the only run they've scored.
0-2 from Sugano. This is 1-2. Strike 3. And that earns it. That did earn it. You know, the call seemed late. We don't have the audio if Roberto Ortiz let Nick Fortes know, but it is being challenged, and Nick Fortes going to get to hang around. That is being overturned. ABS powered by T-Mobile. The Rockies threw it around, and it's kind of like Trammell, who didn't he run out of home on Bubba Trammell the other day? And then
Taylor Trammell.
Taylor Trammell, I'm sorry. There's the officials. Now they go the other way. They'll go through the first baseman this time.
Second punch out for Sugano-san on the Auto Nation Subaru Pitchcast. I've seen that little, they call it like a baby slider. Doesn't have like a crazy amount of movement, but just enough to work off the barrel. More of his cutter.
Just got to change the way I put the K in the book. That's all.
Strike on Victor Mesa Jr. He overlapped with some Rockies in 2022 in the Arizona Fall League because he was a member of the Solar Sox. Well, the Salt River. Well, he played against Salt River Raptors, but he was part of the AFL. Did you play in the Fall League, Spilly?
No, that's country club baseball.
I've never heard that phrase.
It is the fakest baseball ever. You want to play real baseball in the winter? You got to go to Mexico or Dominican or Venezuela.
Yeah, country club baseball.
I love it. I've not heard that
that's
phrase.
The first I've heard of it too.
Tell me I'm wrong.
No, you're not wrong. I just wish they would have had the Hawaiian League when I was playing.
That's vacation baseball.
Yeah.
Helton played in that league. Here's the 1-2.
Remember Maui had a team. They were the Maui Stingrays.
Who cares what the nickname was?
I know, but I'm
Maui.
just saying.
right?
Maui.
That was rough.
Yeah.
And see, in Winter League, you have, it's results oriented. I mean, you get there, you go for 20, you're gone. See ya later. They will send you home. They don't even care if you're on the top 40 prospect list. They don't care.
Well, this was the greatest setup I've ever seen. Years ago, when there was, NFL Europe, a couple years doing games over there for Fox, and the Barcelona Dragons, they were set up about 20 minutes outside of Barcelona. Their team hotel was right on the Mediterranean. When I say right on the Mediterranean, I mean it was like 8 steps to the water.
Wow.
And so when they'd come back from practice late morning, they'd have lunch, and then they'd walk and kind of cool themselves off in the water and lie on the beach. That was their setup. Every guy who went to NFL Europe wanted to play for Barcelona.
Of course.
Two and two on Mesa Jr. 3-2. Victor tripled his first time up. See that pitch just missed. Pitch number 41. This ball's well hit to center field. Carrick chasing and sets the bases again for Victor Mesa. He's looking for his second triple of the day. He's going to have it. Triple in the first, triple in the second.
And you got to face first of third. I don't think he's doing so hot.
That was a bad slide. One arm got cut, or caught, I should say.
I watched him slide, and his head went straight into the dirt, and his helmet goes flying off. You'll see it. Here's the dive.
Ooh, that's what happened. The hand got caught. His right hand got caught and jarred the shoulder.
He's going to stick in the game, no problem. But this is... Ow. Boom.
It's one of those deals. You guys have been through this. One of those deals, he's going to stay in the game right now. It's probably TBD.
Yeah, I mean, it could be your neck. It could be your shoulder. You probably have some face rash from the dirt.
So with 2 outs, Mesa is at third. Jonathan Aranda, bloop single to drive in Mesa last inning. 0-1. Oh, 2. Well, Mesa Jr. becomes the 7th player in Major League Baseball this year to have 2 triples in a game. Rockies have a guy who had 2 triples in a game, Cole Carrick. Actually, one of Mesa's teammates is on that list. Not surprisingly, Chandler Simpson. 0-2. And it's a little bit high. 1-2.
Did you see how far Mesa Jr. was down the line?
Yeah, he's halfway. He was actually...
he was contemplating, I think, taking off.
Well, now Sugano's going to look at him.
He went. And that'll end the inning. So good job by Sugano. The triple does not hurt him. Middle of 2. 2-0 Rays. Rockies trying to salvage 1 of 3 against the very talented Tampa Bay Rays. Scoring runs in this series has not been a problem for the Rockies. They've scored 16. Problem is the Rays have been all of a sudden killing it offensively. Over the previous week or so, they had been struggling to score. They were winning games with their pitching staff. They'd thrown 4 shutouts in their prior 8 games entering the 3-game set here in Denver. But they had scored only 11 runs in their prior 7 games. And they've come to Denver and they have 24 runs, Jeff Hughes, in 2 and a third game.
Well, and it's been everybody, too. I know what the top 4 guys have done, but the last 2 nights, it has been the bottom portion of the order for the Rays that has given the Rockies fits.
1 ball, 1 strike on Karros. 0 for 4 yesterday. Couple hits, couple ribbies on Monday. Now works ahead 2-1.
The Rays will leave Colorado and head out to face the Mariners. So they get a day off tomorrow in Seattle.
Mariners, one of the more disappointing teams in baseball this year.
Yep.
That's ripped to third. Caminero stays with it and gets the out. That was hit so hard that Junior was able to chase it after it came out of his glove. Came off the bat at 108 miles an hour.
Yeah, but good job of recovery for Caminero. He finds the ball, uses his glove, and then makes a strong throw across the infield. And I'm not sure if you saw the reaction from Nick Martinez, but it was pretty sweet. He was just telling Junior, great job, way to recover. There he is.
Yeah, he's kind of fiery on the mound, Nick Martinez.
He's turned into, I mean, you mentioned this in the first inning, he's turned into a de facto leader of this clubhouse. He's an adult in the room. You know, and listening to what he does, he puts together the team functions, team dinners. He's always at the center of it. You have to have a guy like that.
Well, he's been around. We know that, not just by age. I mean, he's 4 years in Japan. He's played now for several teams here in the big leagues. Rumfield, high fly ball to right field. Coming on is Victor Mesa Jr., and it's actually in foul territory that it makes the catch. There's 2 outs, and that'll bring up Beck. Time for our UC Health scouting report. So Nick Martinez, we were discussing this earlier, he's not going to punch you out. He's not going to walk you, and he's going to make you put it in play. And he keeps guys off the barrel, and he's done that really throughout his career.
I mean, you're facing a guy where, you know, his best pitch is the changeup. You almost have to just be willing to get jammed. It's one of the hardest approaches to have. That's why it's frustrating facing a guy whose best secondary pitch is a changeup. It's just, it makes the fastball better. It forces you to wait to make sure you're recognizing the pitch. Throws you completely off time.
1 strike on Beck. Beck had a triple yesterday. And Jordan out front enough that this is a pop-up in no man's land, and it's going to drop. You saw that coming from a mile away.
Well, and even here in the dugout, guys, they were yelling, "You never know."
It's going to go as a pop fly double for Beck.
Yeah, I mean, center fielder Cedric Mullins has no chance. I mean, this is probably maybe the left fielder. It's way too hard for any of the infielders to get there, especially with their back turned to the dirt.
And then having to try to fight the sun, too.
Eddie Julien with 2 outs, trying to drive home Beck, get the Rockies on the board.
Rockies just 2 for 11 last night with runners in scoring position.
Yeah, the issue, Huey, last night was early the offense, you know, was terrific. A run in the first. They got 4 in the third. Couple runs in the fourth. They had only 2 hits the rest of the way, and the game went 11 innings. They had an 8th inning double from Rumfield, and they had the 9th inning double from Ezekiel.
Yeah, that was where the offense just went stagnant.
Julien, native of Montreal, excuse me, native of Quebec. Trouble saying he's
yeah.
This is tap foul. Good play by Doug Bernier. This ball is hit to deep center and it's chased down by Mullins. You got a good read, good jump. So the Rockies will leave Beck at second.
Favorite night.
It is my favorite night.
My favorite people on earth. Junior Caminero, 0-1 on Caminero. 3-4-5 for Tampa Bay in the third inning. And Sugano with a splitter gets ahead 0-2 on Junior. It's the second time that Sugano has faced Tampa Bay. Last year with Baltimore, we would have thought he would have had more than just one start against him, but just the way the schedule worked out, that was it. Just one start. Didn't go great.
No, but I did talk to Brian Anderson about that game. So Sugano had a start, and then the Rays ended up getting boat raced in that game. I believe Baltimore scored 23. And at that time, the Rays were playing really good baseball. And after that start for Sugano, the Rays had the worst record in baseball. So Brian Anderson blames last year on Sugano.
All his fault.
Yeah, last year kind of a blip on the radar screen for Tampa Bay, and then they ended up finishing below 500.
Let's not forget where they had to play all summer too, though.
Oh boy, this one is hit a long way to left, and Caminero has just hit his 33rd and his third here in Denver. Three to nothing, Tampa Bay.
For Sugano, that is now 19 to 22 home runs, being the solo shot. And for Caminero, he ends up hitting the split finger. League's hitting 182 off the splitty, and just notice where the pitch is. He reaches out and grabs it. This ball almost went on the concourse. His bat looks like he's swinging a 39-inch bat.
And about a 29-ounce bat. That's how quick he can get it through the zone.
0-1 on Liam Hicks. He had a fly ball to right his first time.
Caminero's a special player. Wow.
He is that.
23 back-to-back seasons, over 30 homers. Power is like one of the hardest things to find that's consistent. Here's the bat flip. He's watching it. Toss it straight up. He's allowed to do that.
He's listed at 6'1", 220. He's bigger than that.
Yeah,
he's a lot bigger than that. That was his 16th home run of 420 plus feet this year. That's the most in baseball.
And he's had 18 home runs since basically June 23rd.
There's a 3-homer game in there. Here's the 1-2. Clean hop for Tovar. He throws out Hicks for the first out in the third. So here's the group that hits him really far. Jordan, that's not a shock. He's on the list. Hunter, not a shock. He's on the list. Mickey, he went 447 a couple of days ago, the longest of the year for Moniak. Chandler Simpson, an RBI single in the first. He steps up. Simpson's from the Atlanta area. And there was no messing around for Chandler when he was growing up, because his mom was one of the principals of his high school, and his dad was the superintendent of the school district.
So there was no ditch days or anything like that.
And he went to a private school, so there was none of that.
No dog ate my homework?
No.
I don't think so.
Not working.
He initially went to UAB, then transferred to Georgia Tech. And maintained an extremely high GPA. Otherwise, he lost phone privileges. Two 1 on Simpson. Jordan back, easy play. 2 gone, and let's get a message from Jack in the Box.
Don't get FOMO. Get my Philly-style bonus Jack combos and new Philly Munchie Meal.
Welcome to Jack in the Box.
We were talking earlier, fellas, about roster construction and lineup construction. So today, for Kevin Cash, you have Simpson and Mullins hitting back-to-back. And Richie Palacio is not tremendously different, right?
Well, it's like I always want to see Jake McCarthy and Cole Carrick hit back-to-back, just to have that dynamic of those two guys one after another.
Yeah, if you want to continue it, Taylor Walls hits after Palacios. So that's 4 guys. If you're an infielder right here, you're like, oh, man.
Yeah. Well, you just know you got to be, quick with the transfer. You might have to cheat in a step or so because of their speed, and no bobbling the ball.
And you love when guys like Mullins and Simpson hit the ball in the air, because typically they're not going to hit it out. Mullins certainly more than Simpson, who has not hit a home run in his big league career. Here's who's coming up for the Rockies, down 2-0. It'll be Tovar, Brett Sullivan, and Jake McCarthy.
And the ball. So to me, that's a little bit of the subtle difference for Ezekiel in the last 2 games, even going back to last week.
Let's see if he can carry that forward for a 3rd straight day. It's been fun to watch.
Well, the other thing, too, is that gives him a little rhythm in his swing.
Yep. Well, in order to have a leg kick, you have to be balanced.
Well, there's another hit. That's his 7th of the series. And it's important to note that virtually every one of them, Jeff Houston, have been on the barrel.
Yeah, and because we were talking about the fluidity of it and the rhythm, we're going to go back to the leg kick that I showed you just a second ago. It's subtle. It's not a Hunter Goodman, TJ Rumfield leg kick, but notice where the head positioning is. And that stiff front leg, and he's taking the ball back up the middle. So it's a whole body swing. It's not just an upper body rotational swing.
Brett Sullivan steps up. Seems to me that every time Brett's in the starting lineup, not only does he do his normal outstanding job behind the plate, but he's going to do something offensively as well.
He's going to throw out a quality at bat here and there.
Yeah, that big hit in the Kansas City game. Caglione came in thinking he didn't get it that well, hit it over his head.
Yeah, you're right. He ended up with a pair of doubles in that ball game. That was on Sunday. This ball down the line.
And hit Jim Wolf.
And it hit Jim Wolf. Jim had said it was foul.
Wolfie's on the outside part of the bag. His eyes are right over the line. And if anything, if it gets over the bag, you can call it fair, but that it looks foul even from here.
Jim Wolf has missed Narb's day.
No.
Did we say that about the other day?
Jim Diaz.
Jim Wolf.
to Mason Jr. One out with Tovar at first. Jake McCarthy coming up. A reminder, who wants tacos? Fans from the Rockies score 7 or more. They've done it 3 straight games. Go to participating Colorado Taco Bell location between 4 and 6 the following day to get your Rockies taco special at Moss at Taco Bell. Jake had 3 hits yesterday. Going 1. I thought, I mean, I'm not a betting person, but I thought in that 10th inning when the Rockies got the 0 put up in the top of the 10th, you had Jake at second as the ghost runner. Done deal, ball game over.
Yeah, same.
You know, and there was the walk to Carrick, right? And Tyler Freeman gets down a beautiful bunt. Speaking of bunts. Second and third, 1 out. They elect to pitch to Hunter, and obviously we know what unfolded. The fly ball not deep enough for Jake to tag and score. But the way it was set up, you think, oh, it's going to be a walk-off. Show me fastball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Nick Martinez is a native Floridian. He's from Miami. Well, he went to school in the New York metropolitan area at Fordham.
Fordham Flash.
Yep, Fordham Flash. This ball on the ground to second. There's 1. And the throw to first. Not in time. Smooth pickup on the backhand, Jeff Houston, by Palacios.
Well, and then he gave a really nice feed to Walls at shortstop, but it's just Jake getting down the line. It's all set up by the feed and the way he fielded the ball, but it's then the speed of Jake.
Yeah, it's a little thing, but Jake plays his tail off, and obviously we know he has great speed. 30.1 feet per second getting up the line. So it gives Cole Carrick a chance, and maybe McCarthy takes off. You don't know. But it gives you 98% of teams are now getting their glove and going out on defense.
Yeah, you get an extra out. I mean, that's a tailor-made double play. Beat it out. So it's, to me, that's an extra out.
I'm with you. Jake takes off, and the throw by Fortes is not going to get him. It's on the shortstop side of the bag. Another stolen base for McCarthy is 18th, which leads the club.
He doesn't get a great jump, but his speed makes up for it. Fortes, that throw, it ends up being on the shortstop side. If it's on the second base side, this plays a lot closer. RBI, baby.
Another reason to love not only these two guys individually, but when they're pocketed together in the lineup.
So I was saying, I love this combo right here.
I think that the thing it does too is, as you get deeper into the ball game, makes the opposing manager choose what he wants to do because Cole's a switch hitter.
Yeah, and if you do bring in a lefty, Jake McCarthy's been raking lefties. You're kind of platoon proof now.
373 since the break. That'll work for Cole. Here's the 2-1, and this is hooked to second base. So the Rockies will leave McCarthy in scoring position. We'll go to the 4th. It's 2-0. Excuse me, 3-0. Neal State. Rockies trailing 3-0. Top of 4. 7-8-9 for Tampa Bay. Richie Palacios takes ball 1. He struck out his first time against Tomo. And Sugano misses again. 2-0. Tampa up 3-0, 2 in the first. Then they got the long home run from Caminero last inning. Sugano's been a master at keeping the Rockies in a game. Won 7 straight decisions, 8th Rocky pitcher all time that can make that claim.
It's crazy. Since coming off the IL, he's been fantastic. 3-0 in 3 starts, 18 1/3, whip below 1.
Touches the zone there, 3-1 on Richie Palacios. There's the work the last 3. So not only the fine 2.95 ERA, but in today's game, that's length when you average 6+ innings per start. Left field, going back is McCarthy, still going back. Jake right in front of the wall makes the catch. And it's not super hot today.
No. Well, you can tell. I mean, the sound off the bat was that it was barrel. It's 95 miles an hour off the bat. It's elevated. And for Jake, as he's getting chase, you know, he's playing a little bit more shallow because Palacios has left hand here. You want to come in a little bit, especially with the split finger from Sugano. Nice play from Jake.
Here's Taylor Walls, former Seminole, like Burt Reynolds.
Burt Reynolds.
Okay.
Dougie just gave me a look. Like, oh man.
If I was up there, I'd have given you the same look. I mean, Charlie Ward. We could go a few other players, but yeah, let's go to Burt Reynolds.
Spilly's giving me a quizzical look very quickly. Burt Reynolds was an actor, and
I
he
loved him
also
on Saturday Night Live.
Smokey and the Bandit.
Smokey and the Bandit. Played football. Lee Corso's roommate at Florida State. Here's the 2-0. Walls played with Cal Raleigh at Florida State. Two-1 on the Rays shortstop, and this is an easy play for Rumfield. 2 outs.
You can get 50% off Rockies.tv today through August 9th. Stream every Rockies game for the rest of the season for just $17.99. Sign up today at Rockies.com/watch.
Spilly, when was the last time we had a Burt Reynolds reference?
That could be the first.
We'll get Dom DeLuise in later for Huey.
Sally Field.
Nick Fortes. Ground ball to third. It's going to be a strong inning for Sugano. Here's the Rockies get the offense going in the 4th. Mickey Moniak coming up first, and it's Karros and Rumfield.
Bet365 to get a hit in his plate appearances, plus 205. Moniak signing the 2-year extension yesterday, and he capped it off with a huge home run. Mickey, pretty special day for him and his family. Obviously, you'd love to see the Rockies win last night's game, a game that they could have won.
Mickey had a homer, a triple, and a sac fly on Monday.
And he's sitting on 19 home runs.
And he missed more than a month. He had 24 career best last year. Like so many power hitters, fellas, they do a lot of damage on the pull side. Hunter does. Mickey Moniak does. Mickey, the highest slugging percentage in the National League this year, minimum 275 plate appearances. Luis Garcia is still on that list. He's no longer in the National League.
He's doing damage with the Yankees now.
Full side base hit for Moniak. And Mickey's got to get back to first. When the ball kind of kicked off the chest of Victor Mesa Jr. for a moment, Mickey thought maybe I can get to second here.
That's a very gutsy play for Mesa Jr. in right field. If it kicks by, and that's an easy double, maybe even a triple. And it's also hard for Mickey to see how far that ball kicked away. As soon as the ball's in front of you, it's tough to gauge depth perception. So as soon as that ball's kicking, he's looking at it, but he doesn't know how far it went.
I'm going to bring up Karros. Mickey's now reached in 14 straight ball games. Karros hit a ball 108 miles an hour his first time up, right at Junior Caminero. Caminero kind of played goalie, knocked it down.
Self-defense.
Yeah, threw him out.
Changeup usage for Nick Martinez. Talked about how he uses it about 28% of the time. You want to make a guess how much he's using it today?
30.
40%.
40, wow. That's a base hit through the right side. Moniak will stop at second. I'm impressed, Jeff Houston, with Victor Mesa Jr., how quickly he gets to base hits.
Yeah, he charged that one hard, and I guess there's nothing wrong either with that shoulder after that dive into third earlier in the game. Really nice inside out, and that's a classic example, too, of staying behind it. You know, what I mean is the hips are not sliding forward.
So basically how you have to hit a guy like Nick Martinez, you have to get jammed. Yeah,
you made that point earlier, and that's exactly really what Karros did. So for the first time, the Rockies have two aboard, no one out. TJ Rumfield coming up, and a visit from Kyle Snyder. Said all year how great TJ Rumfield's been. Near the top of the class of rookies as we look at our DirecTV new era. Cole Carrig, highest average among rookies this year. There's TJ. McConaughey, great year for Detroit. Chase DeLauder, the former James Madison product, first rounder for Cleveland, and Connor Griffin, who's been down for a while. I didn't even look. Is he back yet, Spill?
I think he's in September.
Yeah.
Got to make some hay here. One and one. Moniak and Karros aboard. Good swing from Rumfield.
It's kind of a tough sequence for TJ. First pitch curveball, top of the zone, followed up with a four-seamer and then a cutter. Now it's pretty much change-up time.
This ball to center field. Mullins makes the catch. Moniak will tag first and third as he arrives. Andy Gonzalez's position, first and third with one out.
It's good team at bat for TJ Rumfield with 2 strikes. Still get the ball elevated in the air, allows Mickey Moniak to move to third. Now the Rockies, you have to get Jordan Beck right here. We've talked about it. He struggles against right-handers. He does have 2 hits in the last 2 games against a righty. This cannot be a ground ball. It has to be in the air to the outfield.
Well, it's a double play ball. And unfortunately, the Rockies cannot take advantage. We'll go to the 5th, 3-0 Rays. 5th inning, Sugano and the Rockies down 3-0. Top of the order, Victor Mesa Jr. takes one spinning for a strike. He has 2 triples. All right, Dougie, go to work. Who was the last guy to have?
Well, he left.
Dougie left. He quit. Turn to my left. Dougie's gone.
He said, yeah, I'm out.
The heck with Dougie. Gonna go to our guy Nick in the truck. Nick, who's the last guy to have 3 triples? Who's the last guy to have 3 triples in a game?
No, Doug.
Yeah, quit.
I don't know how we're going to work.
All right, we already have an answer. Xavier Edwards in 2024 had 3 triples.
Wow. Well, that's not going to be a triple. That's going to be a 4-3 for Victor Mesa.
Should, when Doug come, well, Doug's back now, should we still make him do it and not let him know we already know the answer?
Sure. Yeah. Let's see if we can find it.
Doug, how quickly, we're just a little race, see if you can beat Nick to this. The last major league player to have 3 triples in a game. Oh, he already cheated. He already that, or you looked it up. You did. He remembered George Frazier's, 5 Ps.
Something about preparation?
Yeah. Prior preparation prevents poor performance.
Okay.
It's actually 6 Ps. 1-0 on Aranda. Rockies have gotten Parker Mashinsky, who made his Rockies debut yesterday, throwing baseballs. Aranda, an RBI single in the first. He has 6 hits in the series. Not going to get a hit here. Fly ball to McCarthy and left. Quietly, that's 8 in a row set down by Sugano.
Yeah, now he has to face Caminero again, who homered in his last at bat off his split finger. Well, for Caminero, he has 16 420 feet or farther homers, which is ridiculous because that leads Major League Baseball.
Yeah, and you know what's fascinating about that image of all his 420-plus foot home runs, Jeff Houston? They go everywhere. It's not just, on the pull side, he hits them a mile.
Right. Well, I also thought there should have been like flames coming off each of those lines, too, because
next year they're going to add that to the graphic.
Okay.
This is a bouncer. Oh, man. Julian hangs with it. Tovar is okay, I think.
Yep.
Yeah.
We're good.
Ezekiel's going to jog off. 1-2-3 inning for Sugano. 9 set down. Get him some runs. And is presented by York Space Systems. Bottom of inning number 5 on this Wednesday afternoon. The Rockies have dropped the first 2 against Tampa. Nick Martinez throwing a shutout thus far. Edward Julien's going to ground out to second to begin the inning. And that'll bring up Tovar. Tovar and Julien sort of collided here.
Well, you can see for Eddie, he's on the wrong side of the bag. He ends up, part of the reason why was the positioning, but that's probably an easier play for Tovar where Eddie just got in the way. Would you not agree, Huey?
Yeah, it's so hard sometimes because you're right at that point. It's like outfielders going together, and it's at the last minute when you finally realize, hey, I can get to it. But that was scary because you're usually not thinking you're going to collide with your middle infielder buddy.
Tovar calls timeout. 6 hard hit baseballs in the series for Tovar. That's the most he's had in a series this year.
Well, I just like these numbers. He's now seen 32 pitches. He's only swung at 2 first pitches, which is a huge deal for him. He's been one of the most aggressive hitters first pitch.
Remember 2 springs ago, he did not, by design, swing at 1 first pitch the entirety of spring training.
You got to feel comfortable. And being comfortable is seeing the baseball.
Fouled off, out of play. So Nick Martinez so far has enjoyed his birthday. Interesting. Nick Martinez in high school, growing up in Miami, threw 3 innings in his high school career. Went to Fordham as an infielder. And when he was filling out, draft questionnaires, he said, "I'm an infielder." He only threw 26 innings out of the pen at Fordham. He looked at himself as an infielder. That's not what the game looked at him at on the professional level. And I'm sure right now he's pretty happy that it turned out the way it did. Tovar goes down. That is the first strikeout of the ball game for Martinez.
And another changeup. This one's 77 miles an hour. Look at that drop. The thing with Nick Martinez's changeup, I mean, we're used to seeing changeups usually to a righty. They're fading away, right? They're away from you. Martinez's changeup to righties are in. That would give me nothing but fits. Changeups diving inside. Because there's nothing I can do. I'd either pull a foul or I have to jam myself.
Here's the 1-0 to Brett Sullivan. Brett, a fly ball to right, his first time up. And the changeup pulled foul. 3 runs, 5 hits for Tampa Bay. No runs, 4 hits for the Rockies. Caminero has a home run today. He had 2 on Monday. Sullivan can reach. Jake McCarthy will come up. There's that fastball, and that's back-to-back strikeouts. So 1-2-3 inning for Martinez. We go to the 6th, 3-0. There you go. Liam Hicks will lead things off in the 6th inning against Tomo Sugano. Sugano-san has retired 9 in a row. With Ryan Spilboards and Jeff Hewson and our entire crew, I'm Drew Goodman. First pitch from Sugano in the 6th is in there on the back door. Slider for a strike, 0-1. Sugano gave up 2 in the first, didn't throw a bunch of pitches. And then the only mark against him since was a leadoff home run in the 3rd by Caminero. He's the last guy to reach. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Hicks made a great impression for Tampa Bay Rays fans yesterday. Grand slam, a double. Fits exactly their hitting profile. And being from Canada, I mean, his swing with that leg kick just reminds me of Matt Stairs. Doesn't swing as hard as Matt Stairs.
Somewhere up in Nova Scotia, Matt Stairs is dominating the Wednesday night softball league and the Friday night drop-in hockey league. That's his combo. I remember having conversations with him back in the day.
Yeah, swing hard in case you hit it.
Yeah, and he tried to hit a home run every pitch. And the other thing is he does have a hockey background.
Hockey players are very strong.
2-2. 3-2.
I always like, when you find out a guy has a hockey background, you almost always see it because their slap shot translates to the power using ground force to create bat speed.
And they also hit they may not know where it's going, but they're going to hit the golf ball a mile.
Like a mile.
Jake Cronenworth played hockey growing up.
Yes.
Larry Walker, Tom Glavine. Well, Glavine was a goalie.
(3-2) on Hicks, and he draws a walk.
Drake Baldwin, good hockey player.
Great hockey player in Wisconsin.
Be part of history Sunday, August 23rd, as we unveil Larry Walker's statue at Coors Field. The first 15,000 fans will receive a replica statue. All gates open at 11 a.m., so get here early. Secure your tickets now at Rockies.com/tickets.
Yeah, the Atlanta phenomenal young catcher is Warren Schaefer's coming out. He led the state of Wisconsin in goals as a junior and was one of the goal scoring leaders as a senior as well. So Sugano is going to hand the baseball to his manager and walk off after the leadoff walk to Hicks in the 6th.
I'll do it for Sugano today, but again, he continues to eat up innings for the Rockies and put him in a spot to match up against anybody. 5 innings, 5 hits, 3 earned runs. He gave up a home run to Junior Caminero. 2 runs in the first inning. He settles down. Brings in Parker Mashinsky. We saw him last night.
Chandler Simpson, an RBI single and a fly ball to right. Hicks at first on the outside corner for a strike from Mashinsky. Last time he was in the big leagues prior to last night was in 2024 with the Houston Astros. Inside. How about the Astros, by the way? In case you don't know who's leading the American League West, it's the Astros again.
Just saw them Friday night last week against the Texas Rangers. They end up sweeping that series. And they basically, since the end of May, they're the best team in the American League.
They got off to a horrendous start.
Horrible start.
The Rockies swept them here.
That's right.
Yeah, they did not look good. That's when Christian Javier was coming back, came off the IL.
Hunter Brown back.
They got Hunter Brown back. They got Hayden Wisniewski. They ended up getting Ronel Blanco back and Josh Hader.
1-2. Here's one, and impossible pretty much to double up Simpson. Got a little sticky on that hot shot for Julien, Huey.
Yeah, he just couldn't get it out of his glove in time, and then the way he had to give a feed to second, just not strong enough. So catches it, little sticky there, and then the backhand flip. By that time, Tovar couldn't make up the distance on Simpson.
But if you're going to get Simpson to ground into a double play, that was the one, because it was hit hard. Here's Mullins. And Mullins pulls this foul.
Like you think about it, I mean, we watch infield defense all the time here at Coors Field, and you'll see Ron Gideon with a stopwatch. He makes a horn sound, and it's usually right around 4.4 seconds is how long the infielders are trying to record an out. Chandler Simpson got down the line in 4.1 seconds.
That's bounce foul.
What was he last night?
3.9.
That's right.
Tired legs today.
Quick turnaround.
Here's Giddy. Giddy's been around so long he once managed Ryan Spilborn.
That's right. He was my first manager. Scared me. He was the very first manager. He was sitting behind the desk, and he has this like Texas drawl, and he had a cut-off sleeve shirt. He was stronger than me. I was like, are all the players this big?
There goes Simpson, and the throw. Not going to get it. That is the 30th stolen base for Simpson. He's been caught 11 times, so not automatic when he takes off.
No, but nobody counts it. Caught stealing. 30 stolen bases. Great jump for Chandler, and then he just outruns the baseball.
One-two on Mullins.
That gives Tampa 111 stolen bases, and their success rate is 75%.
Yeah, their success rate is solid, not great, but they're 6th in stolen bases in all of baseball. Mashinsky bounced, or excuse me, because of the bounce of Simpson at second, Mashinsky stepped off the bat. Much easier against the lefty to steal third. That's strike three. Good pitch. You're going to get tapped, though, from Mullins. That breaking ball called a strike by Roberto Ortiz. ABS powered by T-Mobile. Ooh.
Oh, it's overturned. Tampa has to send a reminder.
So Mullins gets to stick around. 2-2. And the All-Star from 2021, then with the Baltimore Orioles. Shallow right, Beck racing in, and Beck will get there.
That wasn't an easy play at all.
It felt like Jordan got a good jump in right field. You see the little hot step, and then he had to come hightailing in. Ends up sliding to make that play.
Jordan, especially for a big man, runs pretty well.
He runs really well. Well, the Rays are going to pinch hit right here with Ben Williamson for Richie Palacios.
Well, all those lefties, in the game yesterday, it was different because the Rockies were ahead 7-5, Huey. They dumped out all their lefties when the Rockies brought in Mashinsky. And Ben Williamson yesterday pinch hit for Richie Palacios in the 7th inning. Let's get a message for Bet365.
Did you win?
Let's just say the next round of omelets is on me, fellas.
Bet $10, get $200 in bonus bets.
Well, and that was a little different yesterday, too, because for Parker, he was the second lefty to come in. So, you know, there was no more left in the bullpen. Today, it's different, and that's what's nice now for Shape to have two lefties out there.
Well, this Rays team, 280 batting average with runners in scoring position. That leads Major League Baseball. They're now 14 for 37 in the series, which is over 380. The Rock Show's right there in third place, 270 batting average.
That's in there, 1-1.
Previous pitch was called a strike, catcher battery shot.
So now Ben Williamson is challenging. And Ben wins this one. And ABS powered by T-Mobile. Instead of 1-1, it's a 2-0 count on Williamson. To Karros. And Mashinsky gets Ben Williamson, so we'll watch the Rockies go to the dugout. When we come back, 3-0 Colorado, and they're losing 3-0. It'll be top of the order coming. Jake McCarthy in the 6th inning. The Rockies have not crossed home plate, but they're down just 3 runs. And this is loop to left, a base hit for McCarthy. So a good start in the 6th inning.
This is the second time the Rockies have had the leadoff hitter on, and for Jake McCarthy, first pitch, a little fastball, inside out swing. I was talking to Kevin Cash about Jake McCarthy today, and he's like, I don't remember Jake swinging the bat like this. He looks like a totally different hitter. And I agreed. I was like, yep, he is a completely different hitter than he was with Arizona. Now, Nick Martinez is not an easy person to steal off. Very quick feet. Being a former infielder, only 5 stolen bases against him this year, 3 caught stealing.
Well, Jake got him in the 3rd. Sense how this game has unfolded, that this have to be the inning, but you really like to see it be the inning.
So at least got to get one across the board.
Yeah, close the gap, exactly.
It's fouled off the bunt attempt. Kelly and Clevenger, right and left. In Tampa's bullpen. Is it just me, or does it seem like that occurred so much more frequently in the past, where you got two guys up, a righty and a lefty?
Yeah, I don't think that's Kelly. That's Wells. That's because he's 6'8". You can tell he's a monster. I was going to say Kevin Kelly again, 3 in a row.
But more often than not now, it just seems like, okay, this is the guy we want to bring in.
Yeah.
And some of that has to do with that whoever you bring in has to stick around for at least 3 hitters. One, 2 on Carrick, 2-2. Strike 3, Cole knew it. That's frustrating. 1 out. That'll bring up Moniak.
His third punch out for Nick Martinez just froze. Cole Carrick with the 2-seam fastball, the AutoNation Super pitch cast, 94, a little bit of movement, not the pitch he was looking for.
Moniak 1 for 2. He's one of the Rockies' 5 hits. On the corner for a strike. The Rockies certainly capable of putting up a crooked number. They have scored 5 or more in an inning 18 times this year, which is the most in Major League Baseball. Excuse me, 0-2.
Well, usage for Nick Martinez has changed again, so he's not using his changeup as much. We were talking about it was at 40%. It's dropped down to 32%. Increase in the 2-seamer and cutter.
That's close.
You know what? They missed the tag. If he tags him, he's out. See Jake leaning right here.
Tells him why you go to the back side of the bag.
You know, Liam Hicks had to reach a long way for it.
Now, Nick Martinez on his birthday has bounced back nicely, because in his last outing against the White Sox, gave up 6 runs in 6 innings, gave up 4 homers.
Well, and we know, you said it earlier, Drew, his numbers here at Coors Field, not good. 7.11 ERA. You don't get a Slurpee with that either.
No, we do not. And that's strike 3. And all of a sudden, yeah, there's the changeup showing up again. He didn't strike anybody out the first 4 innings. He has 4 strikeouts in the last 5 hitters he's faced.
Yeah, he's catching the Rockies. They don't know what to look for right now. So back-to-back strikeouts looking from Carrick and Moniak. Right after you get the leadoff base run.
Got a low pitch count also. 2 outs in the 6th inning. 73 pitches.
And just 23 out of the zone. 50 for strikes.
Which is typically what he does. I mean, he gets weak contact early in counts. Jake was running. He's got to come back.
Nick Martinez, I felt like it was a huge swing and miss for everybody in baseball that didn't sign him. He signed February 11th.
That's late.
He sat out there for a long time.
You know, he had a really good first year with Cincinnati, and he wanted to come back to Cincinnati when he learned more about Tito Francona watching a Netflix. This is Luke to right. This is going to drop for Karros. McCarthy gets up after his slide and goes to third. So Kyle with a second hit, first and third, and that'll bring the tying run to the plate in Rumfield.
Well, and Kyle has the right approach against Nick Martinez. Both times he's tried to go inside out, and he's gotten jammed, and he's been rewarded. And that will run out Nick Martinez. Good job, Kyle Karros.
They're going to bring Clevenger in with Rumfield coming up. So 2 on, 2 outs. TJ Rumfield coming up. It won't be the left-hander Clevenger. It'll be the newbie Tyler Wells coming in for Tampa.
This guy, when he is healthy, he's electric. 6'8", good fastball, cutter, changeup, slider, and a curveball.
Rockies down 3-0. Explodes. Fortunately, the baseball went foul.
Man, the bat almost landed on Huey.
Yeah. He's ducking behind the wall over here.
Wells came from Baltimore at the trade deadline. In the kitchen on that first offering to TJ. TJ 0 for 2 in the ball game. Jake McCarthy singled. He's now at third. Kyle Karros singled. He's at first. Rockies down by 3 here in the bottom of the 6th.
His time with Baltimore, only 1 of 11 inherited runners scored against Wells.
Yeah, and in particular, he's been lights out on the road. He has a 1.03 ERA this year on the road. Another 0-2. And he went. Well, that'll end the threat. The Rockies again leave 2 aboard as they did in the 4th. 3-0. Tampa going to the 7th. By Nick Martinez, and Tyler Wells getting the final out of that 6th inning.
Yeah, it's not an accident that this Rays team has the best record. I mean, they're a pleasure to watch. Here comes Juan Mejia, 46th appearance for Juan.
Ball 1 as Mejia's facing Taylor Wells. Sugano gave up a couple runs in the first, ends up going 5+, allowing the 3 runs on 5 hits.
I think as you're watching this Rays team, Drew, especially the last couple of years, I mean, everybody's trying to model themselves in a way after the Brewers and the Rays, the style of play, keeping some of the costs down.
2-2.
You know, they've taken advantage of deficiencies in the market, whether it's certain pitchers that have changeups, older players, maybe some guys that are overlooked because they don't have the offensive profile, but they're elite defenders.
Yeah, they're not name chasers on the open market.
No. And then they have a great staff with Kevin Cash and Kyle Snyder that they really do get the best out of their players time and time again.
Well, and you look at their payroll too, not very high.
And Mejia loses Walls, a leadoff walk. talking to Kevin Cash yesterday just about his club and comparing it and contrasting it to a number of terrific Rays teams he's had through a dozen seasons. He said this club, you don't want to single them out necessarily, he said, but they are a really close-knit baseball team.
Yeah, they play baseball as a team, which not all teams do it. And it's so strange to say that, because you would assume it would be like, Spilly, come on, every team plays as a team. I was like, no, they don't. In order to play true team baseball, it's selfless.
It's also a trust thing. Wouldn't you agree? In that you have to trust the guy behind you and not having, I'll call it like an egotistical at bat with the game on the line, and expand the zone. You have to trust the guy behind you, even if his batting average or power numbers are not what yours are.
No, huge job.
He throws it into center field. It got blocked. Fortunately, it didn't go into center field. So Walls took off early. I thought for a moment Mejia had balked. He did not. He evidently stepped off the back. We'll see it here. And decent throw, you're going to get him.
No question.
But he handcuffed Juliet.
Well, he acted like he was going to throw to first, and then that caused that bat throw then to second.
Now a bunt. Talking about Tampa playing Tampa baseball that they're known for. So you get a stolen base, and Fortes gets the bunt down, and now the Rockies left to pull the infield in with one out. This, by the way, we've seen elements of this from the Rockies all season. Warren Schaefer, Jeff Pickler, they love playing this type of baseball. It's also part of the roster construction of Paul DeBodesta and Josh Burns. There's a bunt. It's fair. It's going to score a run. The back-to-back bunts. It's Victor Mesa. Huey, just off the top of my head, we've seen Mesa bunt now. We've seen Simpson try to bunt. We've seen Mullins try to bunt today.
So that's 5 different guys, right?
Palacios.
Yeah, and
Walls, and now Fortes gets one down. I'm not saying they all bunted successfully, but we saw them all square around.
Just think about this inning. Walk, stolen base, sack, and
scored a run.
I mean, that's kind of what you would hope out of your 10-year-old team, right?
Yeah. I mean, in a way, when I was playing college baseball, Long Beach State was notorious for this brand of baseball, and it reminds me of a well-run West Coast style baseball team. Like a college baseball approach, and it works. Especially because you're disrupting the timing of pitchers, defense. I mean, it's just nonstop. You have to think about what's going to happen.
And not just one or two guys in the lineup. Oh, this guy may bunt.
No, but it goes back to the point you made just about a minute ago, Drew. You got to buy into it. And I think with Kevin Cash and the long history, I mean, he's the longest tenured manager now in the big leagues, and the success, it's easy to buy in when he's calling some of the shots as far as the sack bunts. I know some of it happens on your own, but he's the longest at 12 years. Dave Roberts has 11 in LA and Torrey 10 down in Arizona.
Why would you change?
Yeah, right. And you've been successful doing it.
And again, we've seen the Rockies with elements of that this year. It's why this has been a really fun group to watch offensively. This ball to that left field corner, and Jake runs it down. The Tampa Bay tacks on a run, 4-0. But Tyler Wells continues on for Tampa. He got the final out, a strikeout in the 6th inning at TJ Rumfield. Jordan Beck, who earlier was just hitting against lefties, and he tried to lay a bunt down. Rockies were having him hit here against Wells, the right-hander. Jordan had a pop fly that landed in no man's land in left center field for a double. 2 strikes on Beck. Rockies down 4-0. Julien on deck. And Wells on 3 pitches, able to strike out Beck. That'll bring up Edward.
Now the Rays are starting to rack up some punch outs. They've had 6 punch outs since the 5th inning. It's an elevated fastball to Jordan Beck.
Line out and a ground ball to second for Juliet. Rockies will have a day off tomorrow in St. Louis. It's their longest road trip of the year. They'll play 3 in St. Louis, 3 in Arizona. They'll have a day off in San Francisco and then play the Giants the following weekend for 3 before returning home. So 9 games over 11 days.
Man, pack enough clean clothes. Bring your golf clubs. That was the thing that when I was walking in today, I was like, wow, everybody's golfing, huh?
Yeah, check, check.
That and pack a jacket for San Francisco.
You know, it's like you have to pack for 2 different climates.
Yes.
You know it'll be plenty warm in St. Louis. You know Phoenix, obviously.
And
but then Friday night, Huey,
yes,
I brought like 11 layers.
3 layers, jacket, you name it.
Three and 1 on Julien. Tovar on deck. A delayed call by Roberto Ortiz. Julien asking him about it. Did he challenge?
I don't think he did.
He didn't. And I think that's the one thing, you know, if umpires are going to be a little bit more deliberate, because there are some that are that way, then it makes it hard for the hitter to.
You got to give an audio cue, don't you?
You have to.
That is ball 4. So Julien goes to first. Tovar is 1 for 2. He had a sharp single in the 3rd inning. He has swung it well in this series. It's been wonderful to see.
Well, he has 6, 7 hits. He's had a couple on the fastball, some on the changeup, 1 on the sweeper, but also notices the direction. Center field has a base hit to right. It's great to see. I mean, he has been working so hard. And I love that he's also he's being a little bit more patient at the plate.
Has he challenged the pitch all year? Like
Tovar, he's 2 for 5.
Okay. Just don't remember it.
Well, I mean, he'd probably be the first to tell you this. Typically, if it's close enough, he's swinging.
True.
Strikeout rate way down. It's in an upside down count here. Wells beat him with a fastball up. Wells has faced 4 hitters. He has struck out 3 of them in the Julien walk.
Yeah, well, you see it's an elevated fastball paired with his changeup. And again, the Rays, when they went out and made this acquisition, they knew he would fit right in for what they like to do.
Sullivan fouls it back.
I mean, there are 3 acquisitions. Freddie Peralta, who's going to be just fine as a Ray. Yesterday was, I mean, 3rd time facing the Rockies. Rockies got him. He made a lot of mistakes in the middle portion of the plate where the Rockies got him. Liam Hicks, great pickup. in Wells. I mean, those are 3 solid additions, and every single one fits perfect.
I know Kevin Cash was concerned that, even a longtime vet like Peralta may be really amped up for his start last night. They were excited to get him. They really believed that what we saw in the first half of the season was more of an aberration. Rockies end up striking out in all 3 at-bats other than the Julian walk. 4-0 going to the 8th.
And they runs the stairs backwards.
I haven't seen that guy.
You haven't seen that guy?
No.
You've never seen him do it at Red Rocks?
No.
It's insane.
I've seen guys with weighted vests bounding up. Not, I use the outside steps, but bounding up like where people sit.
You've never seen the guy that runs backwards, full speed?
No, that's crazy. Is that a swing? Yeah, it was. Junior Caminero with a 1-1 count. Zach Agnos on in the 8th inning. Rockies trailing 40-0. Caminero a walk, a homer, and a ground ball to second. Three balls, 2 strikes. Cardinals are playing the Yankees in the Bronx once again tonight. Next opponent for the Rockies, Eddie Julien. 1 out.
Did you see George Lombard Jr.'s son, or George Lombard's son?
Yes.
George Lombard Jr. made his debut yesterday at
He
shortstop.
blasted that slider.
He made a defensive play that was just ridiculous and short. That was the concern. I was like, hey, is he going to be able to play shortstop? Yeah, he's going to do just fine.
He looked really smooth. It is tough to come up as a celebrated rookie, I can't imagine, in the Bronx. And then to play shortstop.
Yeah.
I mean, Jeter ruined it for everyone.
Yeah, he did.
Made it hard on Didi Gregorius and then Anthony Volpe.
Gregorius handled it well.
Yeah. I thought Didi did okay there. But Volpe, I'm not sure you'll see him in the big leagues with the Yankees again.
Jersey kid, too. 2-1. This cup hop.
Oh, wow.
A really good play by T.J. Rumfield. He gets it to Agnos.
We've said that quite a bit, but that was not an easy hop. And now the moisture's really out of the dirt, so you'll start to get a higher hop. It's our Xfinity defensive play of the game. How about that? Way to go, TJ.
Well, Huey, he's second among all first basemen in defensive runs saved to tie France.
See how he really retreated on that the right way.
Yeah, he has 8 defensive runs saved on the season, 5 outs above average.
And France has 11. Carrick's going to race over and make the catch. Good inning for Agnos. Rockies with just 6 outs offensively to work with. Down 4-0 when we come back.
We're going to call it. We need a rally.
Top of the order for the Rockies. Jake McCarthy's 1 out of 3. Garrett Clevenger is now on the mound for Tampa Bay. One of 3 lefties they have in their pen. Carrig on deck. Then Moniak schedule. Rockies switch hitting Willie Castro on their bench. They have Tyler Freeman, and their big chip is Hunter Goodman. But you want to fire that when you have traffic. This is fair or foul?
Fair.
Fair.
So Clevenger last night came into an impossible situation and got out of it. Ball hugging the line. See Liam Hicks grabbing it. Yep, it was fair. And the at-bat last night was Clevenger, second and third, 1 out against Hunter Goodman. And you got Goodman to fly out to right field weakly, not deep enough. And the Rays scored 2 in the top of the 11th, and it was over.
One 1-0 on Cole, 2-0 on Carrick. He's got an OPS over 1,000 over his last 15 ball games. Hitless today, 0 for 3. Okay, wait. It seems with what he's done so far, his 0 for 3 is like somebody else's 0 for 15. Two balls, 2 strikes on Carey. No swing, 3-2.
Clevenger has those reverse splits where he is better against righties than he is against lefties.
Ball 4. So Cole draws a walk. Moniak being called back, and it will be Hunter Goodman swinging the bat here. It's been a quiet series so far for Hunter.
See a couple punch outs in there. Used a bunch of different pitches, a changeup, 4 seams at the top of the strike zone. They pitch him tough. Kyle Snyder coming out to go quick scouting report with Garrett Clevenger. And for Hunter Goodman, seeing Clevenger last night, you get him less than 24 hours.
You know, emotionally, and Spilly, you obviously had a lot of pop. This is a different at bat for Hunter. Certainly different than last night. He knew if he got the ball to a decent level of the outfield, he's going to win the game. But he's not thinking I'm going to try to blast one onto the concourse here, because he just represents run number 2, if you will, and you're down by 4. Is that helpful in this situation a little bit?
I mean, yeah, the game state always changes the pressure. But sometimes certain matchups aren't good for a hitter regardless of the game state.
Well, I also think coming off the bench is different than for him last night.
And just, I think overall, you know, being overamped, as much success he's had and as great as he's been the last couple of years, right now you're just trying to, you know, move the merry-go-round. Slider down and in, 0-2. Goes back to the slider, 1-2. Fouls this back, out of play.
Hey, look at some of the numbers for 100 this year. 33 home runs, but only 66 RBIs to go with it. And part of that is just not enough traffic on the bases for him.
Well, as great a year as he's had, the RBI issue as he goes down here is a little bit tied to the fact that he's hit 208 with runners in scoring position.
No question. Well, the Tampa Bay Rays, they didn't have a strikeout through the first 4 innings of the game, but from the 5th inning on, they have now racked up 9. That slider is just a nasty weapon for Clevenger.
Kyle Karros had a couple of those hits against Nick Martinez, who gave up just a half dozen. Looking at Karros' swing, and you think back to April, and there seems to be more loft in his swing.
Well, his timing's better. He's in the ground, timing's better. His body's in a much better position with his hands, lowering his hands, so it gets him to slot faster.
Rockies' best opportunity, 4th inning. Mickey Moniak led off with a single. Karros single, 1st and 3rd, no one out. But then Rumfield hit a fly ball to center. It was actually a productive out because it was 1st and 2nd, and that's when he moved up. This ball's leaned on pretty good to right center field, but getting back near the track and making the catch is Victor Mesa Jr. And that's all for the Rockies in the 8th inning against Clevenger. Nothing. Zach Agnos had a 1-2-3-8. They'll work to Cedric Mullins here in the 9th, and Mullins takes ball 1. Mullins 0 for 2, had a sac bunt back in the 1st inning. Spill, you travel around Friday nights, see a lot of different clubs on the Apple package. The Rays, we know, have the best record in the American League. Who are your top 3 teams in the American League? Not by record, just by what you see, especially post-trade deadline. How would you rank them?
Well, I think number 1 is Tampa Bay. Houston's playing really good baseball. So are the Boston Red Sox. They've gotten a lot better. American League West, I'm not a big fan of so far, other than watching what the Astros have done. I would say it probably goes right now Tampa Bay, Boston, and you got to have the Yankees in there because of the pitching staff.
Mullins goes down. The Yankees are always going to be talked about. What Boston has done has been remarkable over the last 5 weeks or so.
Well, they can pitch. The Red Sox can pitch.
And that's the thing. When the Red Sox were here, you came away and said, okay, Sonny Gray, this is a nice pitching staff. But offensively, you were not impressed.
No, they were short.
This is in foul ground. TJ got within a stride of getting to that baseball.
Well, Chad Tracy could be like his dad, taking that team to the playoffs.
I mean, think about this. When they left Colorado, we saw them 40 days ago. It was June 24th when they left. They lost the series to the Rockies. They were 14 games below 500. 14. They are currently 11 games over 500. From June 24th.
Every year we point to the fact that it is a marathon. It's 162 games. I think the easy reference point for me has always been the 2019 Nationals. They were 19-31 through 50 games. That's a third of the season, basically, right?
Yeah,
they're
but
bad.
that's in May.
Okay,
we're just we're not accustomed to seeing right before July.
Right, but you never know. And you know, Boston has been fabulous. The American League's been down overall, but to me, Huey and Spilly, it's all about getting in October, and then all bets are off.
That's right.
Everybody starts zip and zip, as they say. 0-2, 1-2.
Well, in the case of the Red Sox, they will get Garrett Crochet back. He's starting to throw the baseball again. Roman Anthony, who's their superstar, who's been hurt. He's starting to swing.
Julian. And Williamson's retired. And then somebody, or a lot of somebodies, will write a piece in November or some point in the offseason about all the trades and which ones worked out at the trade deadline of the teams that were going to be playoff caliber teams. And there's going to be some names that moved and they were underwhelming in their new parks. Williamson hurt?
Yeah, I think so. I think he might have pulled a hammy.
They're going to need a new second baseman for the bottom of the ninth.
Probably Ryan Valade.
Taylor Walls.
Now let's see. He's running up the line. Let's see where it grabs him.
Right about there.
You ever pull a hamstring, Huey?
Fortunately, I did not.
Yeah, I didn't get one either.
Yeah.
Had my oblique. That one.
Yeah,
that one stung.
Yeah, I did that on a changeup.
So now they got Taylor Walls and Tyler Wells.
Yeah.
What's the chance that when Tampa Bay gets to Seattle later tonight at the hotel that Wells gets Walls' bag and Walls gets
the first night I called Walls Wells. So yeah.
I think Hunter Goodman's first year I got his bags like 5 times.
Yes, I remember that. Here's your suitcase, Mr. Goodman.
Well, now you got Zach.
And then it hasn't happened once this year.
Nice outing for Zach.
Yeah, he strikes out 2 of the 6 he faced, and he got all 6, most importantly. Rockies need a big rally in the bottom of the ninth. TJ Rumfield coming.
What was your story that you had on Cam Boozer? I mean, he got to the big leagues when he was 32 years old.
Yeah, so Jacqueline, my wife, is really good friends with his wife, and he was pitching an independent ball.
Ground out to Valade, who's
Got a little help from Liam Hicks, staying on the bag, 1 out.
So he was touching 100 in independent ball and was trying to get an agent so that he could get into affiliated ball. This was basically 3 or 4 years ago, as we get a replay here of Blade going to his left. And eventually he latched on with the Red Sox, and next thing you know, he was in the big leagues, and it was just like that. I mean, he really worked on getting that velo up, and it paid dividends.
It's a cool story.
1 out, Jordan Beck at the plate. And Jordan pops this one up. Filet just came in the ball game, and he gets called off late by Victor Mesa Jr. 2 pitches, 2 outs. Rockies are going to have Julian hit against Boozer. They could go Freeman or Castro. Two guys that could hit from the right side. $12 1/3 scoreless right now in this series for the Tampa Pen.
Previous speed was foul ball. Catcher is telling me.
Fortes is going to challenge. ABS powered by T-Mobile. It was a ball.
Tampa has 2 channel remind. 1 channel remind.
And now the Rockies down their last strike. Strike 3. That'll earn a tap from Julian.
Previous speed was called strike. Catcher is telling me.
Nothing to lose. ABS again powered by T-Mobile.
If he loses it, that's 10 punch outs since the 5th inning, and the game is over.
Yep, game over. Very quick 1, 2, 3 innings. So the Rockies had a great series on the weekend, sweeping Kansas City. And then the Red